Yo, what's good everyone? Today I'm going to be breaking down some of my favorite NHL DFS plays for this Tuesday, December 19th slate. We got ourselves 11 games here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and then we'll wrap up this video with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. With that being said, let's dive right into this. And we're going to kick things off here by highlighting the 11 games that we have tonight, covering the money lines and over-unders. First set of games here that we got are the Wild at Bruins, Golden Knights at Hurricanes, Blue Jackets at Sabres, Flyers at Devils, and then the St. Louis Blues taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Next set of games here, we got the Rangers at Maple Leafs, Oilers at Islanders, Canucks at Predators, Avalanche at Blackhawks, Senators at Coyotes, and the Los Angeles Kings taking on the San Jose Sharks. And then here's a schedule update for this week. Got an NHL DFS video here today and Thursday, and then 3 NFL DFS videos coming out this week. My first look coming out on Wednesday, my final cash plays on Friday, and my final tournament or GPP plays coming out on Saturday. With all that said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for this 11-game slate tonight. Now, obviously, a lot to love about this slate in general, but one line that I would be willing to spend up for is that first line for the Boston Bruins. You got Zacha centering Marchand and Pastrnak. Matchup at home here tonight against the Minnesota Wild, and I do like this spot, especially considering the Wild are playing on back-to-back nights. Just played last night on the road against the Pittsburgh Penguins, ended up losing that game 4-3, and this Wild team is not afraid to take penalties, averaging 4.1 minor penalties per game, and they just so happen to have the second worst penalty kill in the NHL, hitting at a 72.4% rate, and the Bruins got a good power play, scoring at a 24% rate themselves. That's the 9th best in the NHL, and you're going to get all 3 of these guys here on this first line playing on the Bruins' #1 power play too. And then a cheaper line stack that I like here tonight is that second line for the Buffalo Sabres. We got Cousins centering Peterka and Middlestead. Great matchup at home here tonight against the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that's allowed 3.63 goals per game this year, the second most in the NHL. These 3 have combined for 25 goals, 38 assists, 63 points in 32 games, basically averaging 2 points per game. They're certainly a line that does have multiple point upside, and they do have a nice ceiling, especially considering their prices on Draftkings. You're going to see Peterka play up on the #1 power play tonight, Cousins and Middlestead play on the #2 power play, but good to see all 3 of these guys getting time on the special teams. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. I don't think we're going to be able to get to 4,000 subs by the end of 2023, but if you haven't subbed yet here today and you can do so, again, I would really appreciate that. I'm going to have hockey content coming out for you guys all year long. Alright, now diving into these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards, and the first guy that I want to highlight is Jesper Bratt of the New Jersey Devils, priced at $6,700 here tonight in a matchup at home against the Philadelphia Flyers. Bratt, and really that first line for the Devils, has been good all year long. He himself has put up 12 goals, 24 assists, 36 points in 29 games. That trend has not changed here as of late, putting up 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points in his last 10 games. Definitely a point per game type of player, and really just that first line in general, as I mentioned, is loaded with talent. You got Jack Hughes centering Jesper Bratt and Tyler Toffoli, all 3 of those guys playing up on the #1 power play for the Devils, and all 3 of those guys rank in the top 3 on the team in points, shot attempts, shots on goal, and Corsi percentage. The next guy I got is Bo Horvat of the New York Islanders, priced at $6,600 tonight in a matchup at home against the Edmonton Oilers, and Horvat is hot right now. 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points in his last 10 games, averaging close to 17 DraftKings points per game, and this Oilers team was on a heater as of late, but have lost 2 straight games now, and this is a team that's allowed 3.46 goals per game this year, the 6th most in the NHL. We're going to see Horvat play up on the first line in #1 power play tonight for the New York Islanders, and should log anywhere from 18 to 20 minutes. And then for those of you who have been watching my videos this year, we're going back to Valeri Nichushkin of the Colorado Avalanche, priced at $6,600 tonight in a great matchup on the road against the Chicago Blackhawks. It's the same song and dance here when it comes to Nichushkin, a great opportunity play with him up up on that first line and number one power play, playing with McKinnon and Rantanen. He's racked up 13 goals, 14 assists, 27 points in 29 games this year. And like I said, just a great spot on the road here against a Blackhawks team that's allowed 3.60 goals per game this year, the third most in the NHL, while having the 8th worst penalty kill, one that's hit at just a 76% rate. I then got Josh Norris here, the Ottawa Senators, priced at $5,200 in a matchup on the road against the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I don't have a lot here on the graphic other than he's just playing some really good hockey right now, especially considering the price in the low 5K range. He's racked up 9 goals, 7 assists, 16 points in 23 games, but as of late, he's got 4 goals, 1 assist, 5 points in his last 6 games, averaging close to 12 Draftkings points per game, playing on their second line in number one power play. He could probably be priced in the upper 5K range based off of how he's playing right now. And then one of the better value plays that I found in the 4K range here tonight was Quinton Byfield of the Los Angeles Kings, priced at $4,600 in a great spot against the San Jose Sharks. And this is a great opportunity play with him up on that first line with Kopitar and Kempe, while also playing on the Kings' number one power play. And he's been good this year, 8 goals, 15 assists, 23 points in 27 games. And we all know how good this spot is against the San Jose Sharks, a team that's allowed 3.90 goals per game this year, the most in the NHL, while having the 5th worst penalty kill, one that's hit at just a 73.5% rate. Now, moving on to the defensemen, and there are some great spend-up options at this position tonight. You got Roman Josi, Noah Dobson, Quinn Hughes, Evan Bouchard, Charlie McAvoy, Jacob Chychrun, or a guy like Rasmus Dahlin, who I'm going to highlight here at $6,100. Again, a great spot against the Columbus Blue Jackets at home, and this is a very well-rounded defenseman who has truly come into his own as of late. He's got 7 goals, 18 assists, 25 points in 31 games, someone who logs 25-plus minutes per game, playing up on the Sabres' number one power play, and logging big minutes on their penalty kill. And he's also someone who's averaged close to 3 shots on net per game and 2 block shots per game. So like I said, a very well-rounded defenseman who can rack up Draftkings points in a number of different ways. Now, there are definitely some great spend-up options here tonight, but there's some nice value plays in the 4K range, and one guy that I like is Drew Doughty of the Los Angeles Kings, priced at $4,800 here tonight, again in a great spot against the San Jose Sharks. He's another well-rounded defenseman who can definitely get on the score sheet, 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points in 27 games, logging 25-plus minutes per night up on that Kings' number one power play, and logging big minutes on the penalty kill. And again, just a great spot here against this Sharks team who not only allows a lot of goals, but this is a team that isn't afraid to take penalties either, having averaged 3.7 minor penalties per game this year. Now, I just name-dropped Jacob Chychrun of the Ottawa Senators when highlighting Rasmus Dahlin, and you do have the revenge narrative there of him playing against his former team. Think he's definitely in play tonight, but I also wanted to highlight Jake Sanderson here, the Ottawa Senators, priced at $4,700. Another well-rounded defenseman who can rack up Draftkings points in a number of different ways. He's got 5 goals, 10 assists, 15 points in 26 games, while averaging 2 shots on net and 2 block shots per game. But what really sticks out to me here is he's playing up on the Senators' number one power play right now, and I do love the correlation you get there with the forwards. That's not to say, again, that I don't like Jacob Chychrun, but I kind of give the edge here to Sanderson just based off of the price and the ice time he's getting on that number one power play. But Chychrun is a stud, and like I said, definitely in play. And then if I'm looking to save a little money here tonight at the defenseman position, Mike Riley of the New York Islanders stuck out to me at $3,800, again at home here tonight against the Edmonton Oilers, and he's seen his ice time steadily increase here as of late, now having played 19-plus minutes in 4 straight games. He's got 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points in 12 games, so he can definitely get on the score sheet, playing on that Islanders number 2 power play right now. And then I got a couple of goaltenders here for you. If I'm looking to spend up tonight, I like Linus Ullmark of the Boston Bruins, priced at $8,300 at home against the Minnesota Wild. If it happens to be Jeremy Swayman tonight, 100% okay rostering him, but I believe it is going to be Ullmark, and he's been good once again this year. A 10-4-1 record, save percentage of .915, and a 2.79 goals allowed average, averaging close to 16 Draftkings points per game. This Wild team isn't certainly one that scores a lot of goals, having averaged 2.97 goals per game this year, ranking 22nd out of 32 teams. And again, they are playing on back-to-back nights, on the road, definitely don't love that. I do like it for the Bruins, obviously, and as you can see here, they're home favorites tonight with a money line of -185. And then if I'm looking to save a little money here at the goalie position tonight, I like UC Swaros of the Nashville Predators, priced at $7,600 in a matchup at home against the Vancouver Canucks. And look, I get it, the Canucks have played really good hockey this year in terms of points, one of the best teams in the NHL, but Swaros has played lights out as of late. He's gone 9-1-0 in his last 10 starts with a save percentage of .937, goals allowed average of 2.02, averaging 19 Draftkings points per game, and this Predators team in general is just playing really good hockey, having won 13 of their last 16 games. And as always, going to wrap up this video here with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays, and this 2 to 3K range actually has some nice plays in general. If you haven't joined my Discord yet, it is completely free to do that. Link in the description below on this video, or just leave me a comment on this video and I can send you an invite there. But happy to put out more plays in the 3K range that I like here for forwards. But the 3 that I'm going to highlight first here, Igor Shinnikov of the Columbus Blue Jackets, priced at $3,900. He is playing some really good hockey right now. 7 goals, 3 assists, 10 points in his last 10 games, averaging 12.5 Draftkings points per game, while playing on the second line and #1 power play for the Blue Jackets. The next guy I got here then is Morgan Geekie of the Boston Bruins, and you know, I highlighted that first line earlier for the Bruins. I think we can stack Geekie with those guys because he's going to play on that #1 power play for the Bruins tonight, while also centering their third line. And then the last guy that I got there is Kevin Hayes of the St. Louis Blues, currently playing on their third line and #2 power play, priced at $3,300. Has found a bit of a scoring touch here as of late, with 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points in his last 10 games. Shown some nice upside as well, hitting 20+ Draftkings points in a few of those games. Not bad for a guy here priced in the low 3K range. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 11-game slate. And in the meantime, I'm out of here.